Hello people of YouTube and welcome to the slightly belated Curiosity in Advance, the language edition 2018. If you want to see the non-language edition of this, feel free to click up there-ish on the card, the slidey thing, and that will refer you to my main channel where you can watch the non-language version of Curiosity in Advance 2018. But without further ado, let us dive into the questions I asked myself last year. Is this YouTube channel still in use as a language channel? This question is going to be quite obviously answered because if this same video appears next year, then the answer is obviously yes, but I want some clarification and elaboration on that yes, if it is in fact a yes. Yes, this channel has obviously remained a language channel and a vaguely active one at that. The reason for that being, I just enjoy it. I like learning languages and I like making videos. Combining the two, this. Quite an obvious and plain answer, but there you have it. Question number 2 is, are you comfortable speaking Norwegian yet? Because you know in the back of your head that you are perfectly conversational in Norwegian. You just don't really have the self-confidence to come forth with your Norwegian skills yet. So, have you started properly speaking Norwegian to everyone in your direct Norwegian environment? Nee, det fortsatt ikke comfortabelt å snakke norsk med nordmenn. Why that is, I do not know. There's just always been this sort of veil between my understanding and their speaking that I haven't been able to cross yet, no matter it seems how much I listen to Norwegians talk. It's a long process, but I'm sure we'll get there eventually. What is making this trickier though, or possibly easier, we'll see in a couple of months and years, is that I'm out in Sweden learning Swedish. So maybe that will make my tolerance for understanding other Nordic languages in general higher or bigger, I guess. So we'll see. I don't know how this is going to pan out. This whole Swedish adventure is very new and I don't know yet what the effects of it are going to be. Question number 3, and still on the topic of Norwegian. How far are you in the Harry Potter series? As we speak, you are halfway through the 4th book, which means that you are about halfway through the entire series. You have done so in roughly a year, slightly more than a year, but your reading tempo is picking up slowly. So, are you done? So last year I was halfway through the 4th book. I am currently getting close to done with the 5th. So, I've not read a lot at all in the last year, which is slightly shameful. And I would really like to finish the Harry Potter books. Sadly, they're not here in Sweden at the moment I'm recording this, so I literally cannot read them, unfortunately. However, Signe is coming over next week and I've asked her to bring my my 5th Harry Potter book so I can at least finish that, and then in the next month or so I'll bring the rest of my Norwegian and other books over to Sweden. So I can keep reading, and that'll be good. The next question is, have you traveled to or do you have any plans to travel to Italy? You don't currently have any plans, but you do really want to, and because you're learning Italian, you want to sort of try and practice that in Italy, I guess. Have you traveled to Italy, or are there any direct plans to travel to Italy? I've not traveled to Italy, and I don't have any immediate plans for traveling to Italy, but I have been talking to my cousin Frank about at some point doing a road trip along the Italian coast. And that sounds lovely in theory, but there's one snag in that plan, and that's that I do not have a driver's license. So until I get a driver's license, we cannot fulfill that plan, sadly. But maybe not this summer, possibly the summer after. No fixed plans, as I said, but rough ideas for traveling to Italy. Question number 5. Have you otherwise applied your Italian skills? Like, have you Skyped in Italian with anyone, or are you reading Italian books? Anything along those lines? I have certainly not done more with Italian because I don't want to say I've dropped Italian, but I've dropped Italian. I haven't been studying Italian in quite some time at this point. I want to get back into it, but I simply have other priorities at this point. Question number 6, same, but for German. Have you properly started applying your German somehow? Same goes for German. Again, don't want to say I've dropped it and I want to get back into it, but other languages and other general life happenings have gotten in the way of me progressing more with German. And the last question, which other languages, if any, have you started studying over the last year and why? I have started studying French a bit, and if you're interested in that at all, you can watch there my French series that I did before the summer, the French marathon, where I did 4 weeks of exclusively learning quite a lot of French. And I made quite a lot of progress, but after summer that progress kind of died off as well, or plateaued, I suppose. So just like with Italian and German, I want to get back into that, but other things are simply requiring my brain and my time right now. Good, then we can go on to the questions that I want to ask my 23-year-old self in 2019. I know it's 2019 now, but I'm slightly delayed, so I'm gonna do this still, hopefully at the end of 2019. 23-year-old me, how conversational are you in Swedish? And as a follow-up question, how broken is your Norwegian? Have you continued learning French at all? Have you picked your dropped Italian and German back up? Have you for a while had a decent language learning routine? Because right now your routine is flaky at best. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be it for Curiosity in Advance, the language edition of 2018. That's weird to say. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to push one of the positive buttons down below, and I will see you next time. Ciao!